We're up here at the farm again, and we're fixing to start re-drilling a new well hole. The last one I ended up having to abandon because it was just way too sandy and it just kept collapsing in with me. So we're going to start a whole new process here and see if we can't get this to cooperate. Like I say, that first hole I could get the casing down. Got the casing down about 40 feet and the hole just collapsed in and wouldn't let me go any further with it. So even with trying to flush it and several other things, so I ended up just abandoning it because, like I say, even if I could have got it to work, I couldn't get any gravel down in there or anything else because, like I say, the sand just was collapsing in on the pipe as soon as you take water pressure off. So we're gonna fire up and get going again here, and I'm gonna film this one all the way through. So hopefully everything cooperates for us, and we'll get going. Of course, it's just a shallow drilling rig. I can drill 300 feet. Is how much pipe I've got. I shouldn't have to go no more than 60, 75 feet up here to hit good water. So we're gonna get everything fired up, and then and then we'll film as we go along. Okay, you see we're down our first 5 feet, and what we'll do here is we'll shut the water off, we'll uncouple, and then we'll bring the head up and then put another 5-foot joint in, and we'll keep going, and you just keep rolling. I've got this hole dug on the other side, so that allows the water to flow off in as well as the sediment that we're pulling out of the hole. So that's the process. Alright, biggest thing with this stuff is make sure that you've got plenty of water volume, because if you don't have good flow coming out, you're going to plug up. So I'm running a pump it's 2,700 gallon per minute, Drummond electric pump, or 2,700 gallon per hour. It does about 45 gallons a minute, and it works pretty good. It keeps the hole flushed out good. So that's what I'm running, and it, like I say, it's done good. So we've got another joint coupled in. We're going to go down another 5 feet, and then I'll show you the coupling process. Alright, so what we're going to do here, what I'm doing here, I'm going to let it flush for just a minute. I'm going to move this camera a little bit closer so make it a little easier to see everything. We're going to let everything just kind of flush for a minute. Make sure that your hole's good and clean, and then what I'll do is I'll raise it up just a little bit, and then we'll unthread, and then we'll put another joint in, and then you just, you go again, and you just keep going and until you'll start hitting in, you'll go through clay and several different formations, but when you start hitting into sand, it'll start going real fast. And the way I was told was stop right there, flush the hole good, and then drill about another foot and you're where you want to be. So, okay, so what we're going to do, let me tilt this back just a little bit, and we're going to bring the rig up just a little and lock it, and then turn the water off and we'll uncouple. Okay, I had to set Daisy a little food out real quick. I forgot my 1 3/8 wrench that fits on the grooves on here on the bottom of the pump. Makes it a whole lot easier, but pipe wrench will do it. It just gets to be kind of aggravating sometimes, but it will work. But it has notches where you can put a regular wrench. It makes it easier to turn this thing. You just unthread it all the way. I'm trying to kind of give y'all the benefit of the knowledge of some of the mistakes that I made the first go round, because I made several different mistakes. But once you get it uncoupled, then you'll just raise your head back up all the way to the top and lock it in. We may have to back up so that it'll catch everything a little better. Okay, then what I'm doing is each joint, before I put them in, before I thread up, I'm putting a little grease on the threads, just so it makes it easier to get them uncoupled. When you start pulling everything back out. And you just take it, get it started in the bottom, screw it all the way down. Sometimes you'll get where you'll end up having to kind of tilt the rig back a little bit to get it where you can get threaded in. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it comes out right like that one, but every now and then, like I say, you'll get it where you'll have to kind of tilt the rig back some so you can get it in place. And you just get it lined up. And take your pipe wrench and just thread it back in. You want to make sure that you get it straight in there, not cross-threaded, because this sucker will get tight as all get out if you hit a rock or something. And there you're going to be trying to get that joint back apart. Once you get it threaded, started, then you can just crank up. And then we're ready to go down another 5 foot. So we're going to keep drilling with it. Oh, everything's going smooth. We're going on 20 foot down now. We got our water flow back, so here we go. Alright, I'm going to shut the water off, and then I'm going to take the camera over here and kind of show you, what's coming out of the hole, so you kind of get an idea. Your big key thing is that you want to go slow with your drilling process, because if you get going too fast, then that's going to cause you issues. But you can start seeing the sand that I'm pulling out. Just a good white sand. What we're looking for is really some with some gravel mixed in with it to kind of give us a good well bottom. But we're definitely in some good sand that should be some good water flow. But like I say, we're right at 20 foot, so we've got a ways to get down to be where I feel like we need to be for this area. We're right at about 30 foot down. We can go another joint. I've got the casing and everything in place. Some of it I didn't film because we had some issues, and I just didn't mess with filming it. But the casing's in place, pump is installed. I'm gonna have to get a different wellhead cap because this is it's 4-inch DMW instead of a 4-inch S&D, so it's a little bit too big to fit in the hole, but that's minor. What I'm going to start with now, I'm going to go ahead and get the framing done for the slab for the pump house. That'll be, you know, of course everything be in, and then the roof for the solar panels to be installed on. So that's what we're fixing to start with now. I'm going to do a 4 foot by 4 foot slab, and then we'll stand our corner posts up in the slab, and then we'll be able to frame our roof and everything up however high I need to do it once I kind of get all that figured out. You see Daisy's on a leash because up here we can't have her running loose. She'd be all over the place of this, you know, this massive area, plus she'd be chasing the cows and everything else, so I just keep her on a leash, that way she stays close to me. Alright, we're going to get going here. The first thing I've got to do, I'm going to turn the camera around, kind of get set up here. We got to cut a few boards and get all that set up. I'm just going to use some 1x4s because I already had some. I'm just going to use those to frame up the base of the slab. It won't make any difference because they're going to be screwed in to the 4x4 posts anyway. So, and this is basically just a slab. Its main purpose is just to keep anything out of the wellhead. So it doesn't have to be real thick or anything, or level or any of that. In fact, actually it has to be poured so that it's kind of a downhill slope away from the casing, so that it allows runoff away from it. What I'm doing here, I'm just splitting these in half, 4 foot, so that way, you know, we'll make a 4 foot square to frame up and deal with. I need to bring my little sawhorses up, but for right now, this trailer works pretty good. That gives us our 4 pieces. We'll get them laid out where they go here. And I'm having camera issues today for some reason. Things just aren't wanting to do right, but we'll get there. Get it turned down a little bit. All right. What we're going to take these and we'll lay them out and get a box figured out here. What we're going to do, we're going to come 2 foot off the center of the well. So that puts us about right here is where we want this side. So we take and kind of get it set kind of where we want it. And we're going to go, like I say, we're going to do 2 foot centered all the way around. So we'll get the box put together, and then I can kind of get it in place as to where it needs to be for the well itself. And honestly, what I need to do is my brad gun up here to deal with that, to make it a little easier just to get it touched together until we get started. So we may run and go get it and get my sawhorses, and then I think we'll get back at it.